it has been a real treat watching Baker Mayfield do the things that he's done with this team and really kind of turn the narrative around about himself in the league. Because I think about how people thought about him when he was with the Browns, and he was not living up to his expectations because of the situation that he was in. And then when he and Sam Darnold were with the Panthers, and he signs this 1-year deal with Tampa Bay and then absolutely goes out and just destroys it and does in a perfect way, in a great way. Like, he kills it out there. And
I agree.
I think that he's become such a likable character in the NFL. And that was not where his reputation was in the beginning of his career. And I think this is a league where it's really hard to change the narrative of when you come into this league. It's usually that first impression, to our point, talking about Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold and Jared Goff. Like, you are judged on how you first come into this league, and then it's really difficult to come back from that. But Baker Mayfield has done it. And I just think that is such a testament to his work ethic and just the fact that he's always playing with this chip on his shoulder, Ronde. I
got a great story for you about this. So same thing about Baker. I had the same opinion, and partly it was true, right? Baker was in number 1 pick of the draft. Like, you can't discount the fact that the league just made him the number 1 pick in the draft with Cleveland when he was drafted by Cleveland. But I had the same opinion of Baker, and he was probably immature, right? He probably did some things wrong or that he would rather do over. But he's matured since he's got to Tampa, right? He's married now. Him and Emily have kids, and he is this guy that really has great balance in his life now. But I remember the year Jason Light signed him. I was going out to Tahoe to play in American Century, right? And Jason called me. He's like, "Hey, you might see Baker out there. Tell him how, you try to get to know him a little bit, say hello," right? As fate would have it, we get paired together one day, okay? And I'm out there with my buddy Nick. He's my caddy, that all the time caddy here in Tampa. I take him out there, and he goes, "Oh my God, are we playing with Baker Mayfield?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we're playing with Baker." He goes, "I can't stand Baker Mayfield." I'm like, "Oh, Nick, you're gonna find out today. We're gonna be with them for 5 hours, dude."
Oh my God.
By the end of that round, I'm gonna make a long story really short. By the end of that round, Nick goes, "I love Baker Mayfield." Yeah, you just get around them, and it kind of coincides with another story I have. That first week that he was in Tampa, I remember I went to a Lightning game, and we're actually going to the same suite, to Steve Griggs, the president's suite. And Baker's walking down the hall. He's got Tristan Wirfs. I think Luke Gedeke was with them. There was another offensive lineman, Kyle Trask, whom he was competing with for the starting job, was there. This is the first day he's in Tampa, and he is leading this pack, walking to this suite. It's just, he has this natural charisma and leadership ability about him that everybody buys into. So you say, how do you change the narrative about yourself? You do it by doing. You don't do it by talking or hoping that it materializes into something you want. You go out and get out in front of it and be a captain, represent what the C really means. And in every single way, he's done that here in Tampa. I mean, we talk about this now getting recognition, but he's been doing this for 3 years. Mm-hmm. The last year was a career year for him in terms of yards and touchdowns, and obviously threw a lot of interceptions, but he's got one this year. He's cleaned up the things that he wanted to work on this year. And now it's starting to look like, man, this is the guy that was the number 1 pick in the draft all those years ago. So I'm happy for him, man. I love the dude. I was standing on the sideline before the game last week. He's got that headbutt thing, and I kind of gave him a little low five, and I said, "Don't you headbutt me, dude." He's just that guy, man. You just love the guy. He's fun to watch, and he's such a great competitor.
He really
He's been great for Tampa.
He's cool. He's calm. He's confident. He has that swagger, and that just is contagious throughout the entire locker room. It's been really fun to watch.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.